Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Rheinmetall Skorpion G. It's the Tier 8 German turreted premium tank destroyer. It's located on the defending team of Karelia Assault, and it's under the command of Awppenheimer, and alongside him in the 122 TM is Twisted Rapture. Game on. Well, no doubt you can see the 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of Awppenheimer's Skorpion. Yes, he was barged out of the way by that LT-432, which wasn't very nice, but then he actually responded in the appropriate manner. I don't think the LT-432 realised that he was actually being sarcastic, but there you go, at least he didn't shoot at him. Okay, the enemy is making their way towards the centre. I'm going to T-34-100. Nice shot. So 128mm gun, 490 Alpha. He just got a high roll for 560. And the T-44-100 is already dead. But one of their tanks, the Wizzy 132, a Tier 10 light tank, has actually managed to make it. Or is that a Tier 9 one? Managed to make it onto the ramp already. Surprisingly. Managing to bypass our ELC and LT-432. Actually, it's a Tier 8, the Wizzy 132. That was me, I got it wrong. It's a Tier 8 game. Anyway, all Tier 8. Our ELC just bit the dust. Got taken out by an AMX CDA 105. Okay, now the Skorpion, as we've seen before, can actually be used almost like a medium tank in many ways instead of a tank destroyer. We've got some rather good replays by people like players, Unicum players like Philip Perino, and they actually play it almost like a medium tank, even though it does have a rather long reload. The standard reload is 12.2 seconds. You can see here Awppenheimer's got 10.57. So quite a long reload, but it's still possible to play this almost like a medium tank in some ways. After all, it is a Panther hull, which is fairly weak, but it is a very big gun, kept doing a lot of damage. It's got the second best alpha in the game for Tier 8 for any of the vehicles, because it's just behind the SU-130 PM. Good accuracy, good penetration, 246mm with standard ammo, and he's loaded the APCR at the moment because well, there are some nasty enemies about he wants to pen, and they're 311mm of pen with a 1150 meters per second velocity, which means point and shoot. You don't have to lead the target much unless it's going a long way away, but even then you probably wouldn't need to do it. He's being very cautious because the armour on the Panther is only 30mm at the front, 16 at the sides, 20 at the rear. It's virtually not there, and of course that gun shield on the turret is negligible. It's just shells and splinters, so anything will go through. The enemy's pushing on that corner, but I think Awppenheimer's going to try and put a round into them if they do push through that corner. Oh, that's cheeky! The LTTB came round the corner. Got a low roll on that one for 488, but he's now been forced to pull back behind this this area here. There's no Arty, so he doesn't have to worry about Arty shots, but he does have to worry about an enemy tank sniping at him, especially that Wizzy 132 could pop up at any moment, put a round into him and pull back again. Thankfully, the LTTB is out of the game, so he can't do that again. He managed to sneak up on everyone. You would have thought that he would have tried to have a go at the Progetto 54 and the E75TS, since he probably did actually have the ability to shoot them in the ass, but instead he just tried to sneak forward and see what he could hit. Well, one of the enemy tanks, in fact, there's the Wizzy 132 again. Nice! That's good. That's really helpful, because that will effectively make all the tanks in the defending area actually invisible, because of course he was the one spotting them. The only problem is that SU-130PM, and there's a Skorpion now. Well, he gets a high roll by putting 524 into him, and in fact actually by reversing out, it means he can drive forward quickly when he wants to get into cover. Unfortunately, that shot did not work. RNG was not with him at that moment. Dispersion went right to the left, and well, he's just hiding in this corner for the moment. Just to let you know, the for those of you who don't know, most Arty players do know this actually, is that the gun on a Skorpion is actually an artillery gun. Yes, it's a K-43 Kanonen. And Kanonen was the name that Germans gave to artillery guns. Oh, beautiful. Takes out the IS-22, who tries to sneak back in after taking his shot, but takes a 128mm round, and his game is now over. Well, it looks like the Patriots are going to have to come down now and try and go around that corner. But it's going to be fairly difficult for him to do that without taking some damage. He's still there. There's only 2 heavy tanks left on the enemy team now. An M3Y, which is in the south, and this T-26E5 Patriot up here. They do have a Barask though, that's the problem. We don't know where that Barask is. Skorpion on the move. Nice! Even though it was a bit of a snap, he got 462 out of him. I think that Skorpion's going to try and come up behind the E75 and take him out. There's the FP4202 now. Nice shot into him as well, average roll. The Skorpion's gone. He got taken out by the E75TS, who was warned that he was coming. But that FP4202 is now trying to get into a position where he can do some damage. And, oh, Patriot sticking his turret up. Now, turret on the Patriot is notoriously strong. Upgraded version of the Pershing. Very difficult to pen. Here he comes. On the move. Go for it. Yes, got the engine bay, 505. He's managed to get behind the E75TS, and he's motoring, but he's going to take another hit. Oh, it only hit the tracks though, or did it? Because he stopped suddenly, and he's now, oh, he's moving into a position to try and take out the E75TS. And we can't hit him, but we can hit the FB, and yes, another high roll, 516. Awppenheimer's racking up the damage. Okay, can you get a shot into this Patriot? I think so. We've lost the E75. Oh, now enemy Barask is actually making his way towards the cap circle. And this is where the turret traverse on this vehicle becomes a bit iffy. Oh, yes, he's gone. The Barask taken out by the other Skorpion on our team. So now we're doing quite well, because there's only 3 enemies left and they're outnumbered 2-1, and there's only 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the game. There's the final minute countdown. So it looks like they've left it a bit late. They did do a good enough thrust, but unfortunately the defenders were that much better. Oh, the AMX CDA's made it into the cap area. And he wasn't looking at us, he was looking at the Progetto, and he goes out with a shot to his ass. And that means now there's only 2 left, a Striv S1 and a Nudes 03, and I think they're probably on the horseshoe, trying to protect their teammates, and of course they couldn't, because everyone was being very careful to hide. Now, the moment they get spotted, Oppenheimer's going to want to put a round into them from the front, because they'll turn around when they see that Caliban coming. They'll turn around and try to fire back. Oh, we spotted the S1. He's actually in the swamp. Got a shot. Auto aim. Got a high roll for 520. Only a few seconds. Oh, its clock's gone, and that's it. We've won. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for Awppenheimer in the Skorpion G. He's had first classes before, and ace tankers actually for that matter, so I'm afraid this is nothing really better than he's had. So no scrolls underneath, but he did get a fire for effect and a bruiser medal out of the game. Got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And just look at that win rate, very high indeed, 11,307, which is super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he's top of the table when it came to damage with 5,185. Second highest damage was the SU-130PM on the enemy team, 2,933, and the third highest damage in the game actually went to the MXCDA on the enemy team with 2,115. But you can see that Awppenheimer was streets ahead of the others. When it came to kills, he actually shared the top spot with the T-34 and the other Skorpion. All had 3 kills apiece, and they could have platooned because they were all alive at the end of the game. But of course, it's only the T-34 and Skorpion who could have platooned, because of course our platoon mate Twisted Rapture actually died with only 812 hit points and no kills. But it's still a good game for Awppenheimer. When it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,312 went to Awppenheimer, 953 went to the E75TS, who put a good fight, and 847 went to the T-34. He fired 19 shots in this game, got 14 direct hits on the enemy and 12 penetrations. Damage of 5,185 hit points, of which 2,086 were at more than 300 meters, so a fair amount of distance at long range. 2 hits, 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 424 hit points of damage assistance. He also got 8 defense points when he reset the cap when there was an enemy tank in the cap at the time, and he hit them. 133,997 credits for the game, 66,998 credits for personal reserves, 200,995 credits for the battle in total, and even after using premium ammo in that game for a little while, he actually ended up with a profit of 135,905 credits. 1,968 XP times 2 for the first victory, 197 for this being a premium vehicle, and 1,968 from personal reserves took away 6,101 experience points altogether. So a very good game for Awppenheimer. Not a bad game for Twisted Rapture, although he didn't get any kills, but just goes to show, with the right person in the right tank destroyer at the right time, yes, you can win these battles no problem. So well done to Awppenheimer, congratulations, and if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.